Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They go play action. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Now Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones.
Let's do it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Play fake, Cousins. He'll buy some time right. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 52 yards. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise,
he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. It's that old expression we love to use. Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
The end result, 21 yards. To throw, Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Cousins now. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't a...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Cousins on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 38, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. That's a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Joseph's got it, and that will do it for this first half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw complete there to Smith. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
On play action, Cousins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins escaping the pressure right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. 3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Rolling to his right. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 68 yards. And the Vikings use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of count.
Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. To about the 35, 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 18, and he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome's in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.